Tonight, the world's finest aerobic athletes carry the pride of their nations to Opryland, USA. As 125 international champions from 18 countries battle to bring home the gold. From Nashville, Tennessee, it's the 1991 World Aerobic Championship.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second annual World Aerobic Championship. I'm Brian Drever.
And I'm Charlene Prickett. A sold-out crowd is here to see the dynamic excitement of competitive aerobics at its finest. The impact of this sport worldwide is just remarkable. You know, this year we even have competitors from the remote regions of the Amazon.
This 1991 championship is simply the largest ever gathering of international aerobic athletes, and most of them are national champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please extend a warm welcome to the national aerobic champions from 18 nations. Argentina. Australia. Soviet Union. The United Kingdom. And the United States of America.
The World Aerobic Championship is presented by The Step, the original product of the Step training workout, and by Gilda Mark's Breathables Bodywear. We make the finest bodywear in the world.
Hello and welcome back. We're just moments away from the action here at the 1991 World Aerobic Championship. The 4 events you will see tonight include mixed pairs, men's individual, women's individual, and team competition.
And tonight's events will be judged by a distinguished panel of experienced judges from around the world.
All the competitors are judged on skill and presentation. Out of a possible perfect score of 300, 180 points are awarded for skill and 120 for presentation.
18 countries have sent their finest athletes to this second World Aerobic Championship. You know, that's an increase of 3 nations over last year. Qualifying rounds held earlier narrowed the field to the top 3 entries in each event.
All of tonight's competitors will win gold, silver, or bronze medals, but the 7 gold medal winners will also share $25,000 in prize money.
As the final preparations are being made for our first event, let's take a brief look at the mixed pair preliminaries.
Countries in mixed pair competition advancing to finals are Brazil, the United States, and also from Brazil, the 1990 defending champions.
The finals of the 1991 World Aerobic Championship are about to begin with the mixed pair competition.
This event is a real crowd pleaser, and this sport is attracting more and more fans with each passing year. One look at the competition here tonight, and it's easy to see why.
And now the mixed pair representing Brazil, Monica Taglieri and Paulo Aquillo.
The national champions of Brazil, they're both aerobic instructors at a club in Sao Paulo, and they've been competing together for 4 years.
This is a very well-matched pair, both physically and in skill. Watch how well synchronized they are.
We'll also listen for how they get that big Brazilian crowd behind them here.
They do have a lot of support. Now, that hold is strong, but it's so brief. I'd like to see them hold it longer.
Another thing I've enjoyed, Charlene, is how the culture of the different countries intrudes into the routines.
Oh, look at that hug roll. That's new this year. We've not ever seen that, but they'll get some originality points for that. That's a transition. And again, a pike hold, but brief. Good high kicks for their compulsory requirements. Straddle, well done, good height, but not in perfect synchronization.
Interesting push-ups.
See how they pull their toes up in between? Anything you can do in push-ups to make it more interesting and harder gleans points. Oh, very nice. A strong performance, Brian, but they have such strength. I'd like them to show their strength more in creative, new, original ways so that they really wow the judges.
Well, I think there's no really question about their athletic ability, but their salesmanship might have been a little short.
Yeah.
And now the scores, ladies and gentlemen, for the mixed pair from Brazil. In skill, out of a possible total score of 180, 144.5. Presentation, out of a possible score of 120, 98.5. Their total score, 243.
The mixed pair representing the United States, Lee Spinwin and Kevin Cregan.
Charlene, 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, and these two hope that'll be enough to get them into the gold medal spot. You know, the U.S. team, they're the U.S. champions, and they're always solid.
Great straddle jump. Look at the height. Look at the synchronization. All right, watch the one-arm push-ups, particularly on the woman. She got right down. Right
no
down.
problem. These two are real veterans, and they know what it takes to win.
They've seen a lot of competitions, and they've done a lot of competition. Good pull through to an arm hold, and a good long arm hold. You want it. Again, circular push-ups. Listen, musical interpretation. Good points for that, presentation points.
Charlene, we're seeing athletes on top of their game
Well,
here.
watch
Correct me
this.
if I'm
Watch.
wrong.
Oh yes, these are at the peak. Now she's going to be airborne here in a minute and overload his arm press. That's new. That's their signature, and it's heavy creativity points. Again, overload push-ups. Whoa. Uh-oh, on that leg hold, Kevin let it go just a second too soon. Good, solid ending. This is the first time I've ever seen them do a little glitch, and that will hurt. The question is, are there other points strong enough to moderate that glitch?
It looked pretty small, and they looked solid through most of that routine.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the score for the mixed pair from the United States. Skill out of a possible 180, 153. Presentation out of a possible 120, 107. Total score 260. We have a new leader, the United States. And now the defending champions from Brazil. Danilce Campos and Claudio Lima.
Charlene, as defending champions, these folks got through without going through the preliminary, so we haven't seen them go all out in a full routine, but the flashes of brilliance and ability that we have seen have been very impressive.
They're so well synchronized, they look like clones. Ooh, that's perfect. There are their compulsory abdominal curls. Oh, a good strong leg hold with a pull through to an overload push-up. All smooth and precise. Look how low they get on the one-arm push-ups. And how long they've been on the floor, moving around like spider bugs. Again, oh, a nice shot of that one-arm push-up.
They've used a lot of one-arm push-ups, Charlene. Very strong, these two.
You always want to show your strength. See how well synchronized those arms are on those twirls? Perfect split. Well, it's not hard to see why they're defending champions. You know, they pick their moves with a lot of thought about their skills and safety. A flawless performance.
There, too.
It was just flawless.
In skill, out of a possible 180, 141. In presentation, out of a possible 120, 103.5. Their total score, 244.5. And the gold medal goes to the United States. Kevin Cregan and Lee Spinwin. The silver to the defending champions Claudio Lima and Denise Campos from Brazil. And the bronze, also from Brazil, Monica Tagliare and Paulo Atul.
Here are the final standings for the mixed pair competition. Coming up, the women's individual event.
Welcome back to the 1991 World Aerobic Championship.
Next up is the women's individual competition, where the field this year promises to be stronger than ever. But before we get started, let's take a quick look at the prelims.
The countries in the individual women's competition advancing to finals are Japan, the United States, and Australia. The second World Aerobic Championship continues with the women's individual event. From Japan, Sachiko Kondo.
A junior high school teacher. She's also an aerobic instructor, and she had to outpoint nearly 900 competitors just to get here. It's been a tough road for her, but she's in the finals.
She is a great technician. Precise, clean skill. There are her compulsory abdominal curls. And her compulsory high kicks, well executed.
She's showing a lot of energy, Charlene, in this routine.
Look at that leg pull, how solid, and the perfect split. One arm push-ups. Almost down. Very close. And you only have to come within inches of the floor. You don't have to get your chest right on the floor. Good solid pike arm hold. And a pull through.
Rock solid. A bit of fun there.
Rotational or circular arm presses, push-ups. She's safe. She's chosen to play it very safe with no risky moves, which is fine because she's such a good technician. But she won't get much in originality and creativity. Did you notice how long she holds that arm press at the end?
I think she'll get an A for enthusiasm. No, she did a fine, fine job.
And now the scores for the women's individual competitor from Japan, Sachiko Kondo. Skill 118.5. Presentation 92.5. Her total score, out of a possible perfect score of 300, is 211.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the women's individual competitor representing the United States, Joan Winson.
Also a former ballerina, Joan is probably the best conditioned athlete we're going to see in this competition. She works very, very hard on her routine, and she won the prelims by a wide margin. She's got to be the front runner.
get ready for some high kicks. Look at them. She's got long legs and can get them way up there. Perfect split. Look at this one-arm push-up. Right down. There are her compulsory push-ups. And then she slows down, knowing that the judges know that's much harder. Good straddle.
And here it comes.
That's right. Here's the new 1991 Winson push-up. She devised this push-up in the hospital waiting room while her dad was having open heart surgery. Oh, good. My, a leg hold that's long. There was the old Winson push-up.
Just a quick look at it, though. She is masterful, totally in control of her body and movements.
She is, really, and that's a show of strength in and of itself, that her motions are clean and precise. She is a great athlete and yet has immense style and grace. Just a brilliant performance. As you say, Brian, she is in the running. She is the one to beat.
She certainly has to be, and with that performance, she didn't make any mistakes to take it away either.
No.
Now the scores, ladies and gentlemen, for the United States competitor Joan Winson. Skill, 140. Presentation, 104.5. Our new leader with a total score of 244.5. And now the women's individual competitor from Australia, Cheryl Warren.
A swimmer, bodybuilder, and a great athlete, as you'll see. She works now with younger bodybuilders while training and competing in aerobics herself.
Are you ready for this? Two-sided split. A rising leg hold. She jumps a little bit to keep her balance.
Some girls, they like candy. Others, they like to grind. I'll set for the back of your hand, somewhere on my behind. Treat me like a woman.
Now look at that heel kick high in the air. Takes strength.
I don't want you to fight me. You just
Good straddle jump.
me.
Push-ups, compulsory push-ups with a split leg in between. And one arm right down.
Some guys like to sweet talk, and others they like to tease. Tie my hands behind my back, and ooh, I'm in ecstasy.
Her abdominal curls, compulsories completed. Oh, what a nice leg hold. She has remarkable leg strength and flexibility.
Power and flexibility as
She's
well.
a very strong woman.
Like a good spanky. Don't take out your handkerchiefs. I don't wanna cry. I just wanna thank you, guys. What about? Yeah. That's interesting. My bottom hurts just thinking about it.
So a two-point push-up, one arm, one leg.
Thank me.
She is a champion without a championship routine. She has such potential, such strength, such flexibility.
Charlene, she had a little mischief, but a lot of athletic ability in that routine, though, I think, and that might go well with the judges.
It will.
And now the scores for Australia. Skill, 122.5. Presentation, 99.5. Total score, 222.
The gold medal goes to the United States, Joan Winson. The silver to Australia, Cheryl Warren. And the bronze medal to Japan, Sachiko Kondo.
the final standings for the women's individual competition.
Welcome back to the 1991 World Aerobic Championship. I'm Brian Drever, and with me is Charlene Prickett. Charlene, it's obvious these people are in incredible physical condition, but tell me a little bit how they get this way.
Well, they cross-train. They all weight train. They all go to aerobics classes. Many of them jog. And a popular new training format is step training.
I'd have to say it was popular. I think everybody in the world was out there in a step training class the other day.
Saw that. The reason why it's so popular is that it produces an excellent cardiovascular workout with minimal impact. The impact in step training is about the same as walking, and you can work much harder just by increasing the height of the step. So the impact never gets greater, even though the cardiovascular workload does.
It certainly is a popular event, and I think it's gotten a whole new generation of people involved in aerobic training.
Coming up in the 1991 World Aerobic Championship is the men's individual event.
There was some stiff competition, as you'll see in the preliminaries.
The countries in the individual men's competition advancing to finals are New Zealand, Brazil, and Japan. Up next, the individual men's competition.
The second World Aerobic Championship continues with the men's individual event. And from New Zealand, here is Brett Fairweather.
It may not be safe on these shores this year. Brett Fairweather thinks an out-of-bounds fault cost him the title in 1990. And the Kiwi version of Jaws is back for revenge. There's no mistaking the Maori warrior in his routine either. Just watch.
That was the spider push-up, his signature. Look at these high kicks. Beautiful flexibility. As much as any competitor I've ever seen, he loves performing. Now look at the hand flicks.
Little touches.
There it is. Compulsory abdominal curls completed perfectly.
Brett does all his own choreography, works his own music, and his routine has a wholeness to it that I really like,
It
Charlene.
has an intellectual aspect. It really does. It goes beyond just showing his strengths. Perfect split. He's a very strong man. Now look at this split. Right out. And you see some of his postures represent this Maori influence.
The Maori warrior is about to come out at the end.
There it is. That's the Maori warrior. A brilliant performance from an incredible athlete. I think this man is the one to beat.
And let's not get lost in his performance. His athletic performance was what I think will take the medal for him.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scores for the men's individual from New Zealand, Brett Fairweather. Skill, 143. Presentation, 105. And his total score, 248. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the men's individual competitor from Brazil, Marcio de Oliveira.
This is the one, Charlene, that everyone thinks is so good that he's scary. Only 22 years old, and what a great story. Marcio was born with his lower legs fused together. Several operations were eventually successful in separating them, and what an athlete this man has become.
Twisting arm hold, and it's perfect. It is such a hard move. Great straddle jump. His movements are very fast, and he packs a lot of moves in a minute.
Aerobics fusion, maybe.
Shows splits on both sides.
Question, Charlene,
Yes,
are some of
it's
his
harder.
moves too fast for the judges?
These push-ups are so hard. He'll get good strength points. No, I mean, I think the judges have seen his routine now a number of times, so they've analyzed it.
That's the end?
Oh,
Whoa.
one arm! Congratulations.
They didn't see that one before.
No, that's the first time he's put that in. Oh, look how long he holds these arm holds. Slow abdominal curls for compulsory points.
And an extra one.
Little street dance flavor. Lovely high kicks. This man is again remarkably strong. This and the New Zealand competitor have such muscle strength and such spirit and great choreography.
And he is so good that he's scary. I think the other competitors have something to worry about from this young Marcio Santos de Oliveira.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the scores for Marcio de Oliveira from Brazil. Skill, 146. Presentation, 105. We have a new leader. Total score of 251. Marcio de Oliveira from Brazil. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the men's individual competitor from Japan, Kenichiro Nomura.
Here's a man who wanted to be a motorcycle racer a few years back, and his routine has a little foot peg scrape and hang-off style to it to go along with his great technique. Kenny Nomura.
He gets balance points before the music even starts.
Check out his music. This isn't from Japan.
Good straddle jump. Perfect splits. He has the most complicated arm hold. Wait, it's not over. And it's so clean. That takes not just arm strength, but full body strength. Whoops, just a little hop for balance. Those will be minor point deductions. Look how he hops around the floor, all this tumbling movement, all used as transition.
Charlene, if some of the Japanese have lacked creativity, this man certainly does not. He is very stylish.
I agree. His choreography it well showcases
Nice
his
push-ups.
substantial strength. A very strong performance, perhaps with not enough new creativity to overcome our leader, but gosh, congratulations on a superb job.
I think he really showed a lot in his routine, and it was virtually flawless.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the scores for Kenichio Nabura from Japan. Skill 140, presentation 101. His total score is 241. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, for the gold, it's Brazil, Marcio de Oliveira. The silver medal winner is from New Zealand, Brett Fairweather. And the bronze goes to Japan, Kenichio Nomura.
Here are the final standings for the individual men's competition. Up next, the team competition.
Final event of the 1991 World Aerobic Championship is the team competition.
We saw some amazing displays of synchronization from these three-person teams at the preliminaries.
The countries in the team competition advancing to finals are the United States, Australia, and Brazil.
The final event of the 1991 World Aerobic Championship is about to begin.
This event is particularly tough on the competitors because all three people have to give gold medal performances to win.
Our first competitors are from Australia. Mark Medji, Paula Allen, and Robert De La Bona.
These three from Sydney have put a lot of effort into the performance that we're about to see. They were third in the preliminaries and looking to move up.
When competitors start a balance hold like that before the music starts, it's really quite remarkable. It shows a remarkable calm and strength. Ooh, perfect synchronization in that straddle jump.
That's one of the harder things to do is perfect synchronization.
Yes, anytime you're airborne, even weight. I mean, every athlete doesn't weigh the same. Look at this sort of Siva play on arms. They have really quite interesting choreography.
I like the team competition, Charlene, because they fill up the stage.
Synchronization is remarkable tonight. Now, a snake push-up and a clap push-up with overload. This is such a well-matched threesome in terms of skill and style. You know, this is their best performance of the competition. I think they have done better tonight than in any of the preliminaries. Congratulations.
I think so, too. I agree. They were third in the preliminaries. That looked like a medal-winning performance for sure. Just have to see which one.
Chelo Santos and Edilberto Shaibi.
Twin brothers Flick and Flack and their friend Marcelo, and these three young men bring a raw athleticism to this competition that's awesome to watch. They're from a small island, actually a large island in the middle of the Amazon River in the interior of Brazil. Watch them.
In this routine, you feel like you're watching a shell game as the twins on either side of the center move, exchange positions on stage many times through the routine.
They had the highest scores in the preliminaries, Charlene. Can they match what we've already seen in this competition?
They've been very consistent. Oh, such a straddle jump to die for. Look at the synchronicity of that. Oh my goodness. It's so hard to move on a handhold, and they are on tonight. They're jumping around as they do on floor work. It is really their signature. That's a beautiful transition. All right, here's their parachute push-up, and they move in between each push-up. These men are so skilled, and their choreography is so precise, so clean. I put my money on them.
I'll tell you, they look like 3 newborn colts frolicking around on that stage, too. They are fresh.
And now the scores for the team from Brazil. Remember that the highest possible total score is 300. Skill, 161.5. Presentation, 108. Their total score is 269.5. And now the team from the United States. Here is Brett Kelly, Tyler Patterson, and Patrick Udall.
The 1990 U.S. champions have honed their routine to near perfection, and they have come here with only one thing in mind, to take the gold. They were second best in the preliminaries. They've been together for a couple of years now, and Tyler's 5-year-old daughter will be in the audience, hoping Mom and her partners bring home that gold medal.
Oh, a nice straddle jump. It has been a long, long time since I've seen any little glitch in synchronization in this team. They are remarkable.
Nice hand presses.
Yes. Good long arm hold.
They have worked so hard on this competition.
Yes, Tyler has really worked on strength, and on these one-arm push-ups, she gets right down. A little pause at the bottom is more difficult. The inertia to start back up. Oh, good leg hold. Their choreography is well thought out to use another good arm hold, to use the vast difference in height between the female and the men as an advantage. They use it to create symmetry rather than let it be in the way to look awkward. As we expect from this team, a flawless performance in a brilliant routine, but I think probably not the spectacle to overcome the Brazilian points.
They certainly did what they had to do, and that is execute their routine perfectly at this point.
Right.
It's whether it's good enough to win, we have to see.
And now the scores for the team from the United States. Skill, 150.5. Presentation, 105. Total score, 255.5. The gold medal goes to Brazil. The silver to the United States. And Australia wins the bronze.
Here are the final standings for the team competition. The 1991 World Aerobic Championship continues after this.
The 1991 World Aerobic Championship is history, and the judges have determined who are the finest aerobic athletes in the world today.
Let's take another look at our winners. And we'd like to offer our congratulations to the 1991 World Aerobic Champions. For Charlene Prickett, I'm Brian Drebber saying goodbye for now from the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville, Tennessee, and the second annual World Aerobic Championship.
The World Aerobic Championship has been presented by The Step, the original product of the Step training workout, and by Gildamark's Breathables Bodywear. We make the finest bodywear in the world. The International Competitive Aerobic Federation is the official governing body of the World Aerobic Championship and the sport of competitive aerobics. For more information on this exciting sport, contact the ICAF, 9000 Sunset Boulevard, Suite 1408, Los Angeles, California, 90069, or phone 213-278-9700.